to all of my friends at the Duluth State AFL CIO Convention, and happy birthday on your 100th anniversary. And my congratulations to Danny Gustafson, Bernie Bremer, and the officers of the State Federation. I believe I joined with you in about your 70th birthday. And for 30 years, everyone at this convention worked with me, and I worked with you to try to build a better state and a better nation. During most of that time, we had our beloved Hubert Humphrey, and we worked with him with joy in all those years. What a record of progress that's been, and how we've changed this nation because we tried. When we started, there wasn't a national occupational safety law. There wasn't an Employees Pension Protection Act. There wasn't a civil rights bill worthy of the name. There wasn't national aid to education. There wasn't a decent national vocational educational program. We didn't have any environmental legislation. We didn't have any student aid to permit our youngsters to go on to college. And many, many other things did not exist when we started working together. We succeeded, and I think it ought to be noted here what the labor movement did, because most of the people we helped aren't even a member of any union. They don't pay any dues, but you worked for a better country and for a more just society nevertheless. This is a lot better nation than it used to be because of what you've done. More than that, you're a symbol of freedom and democracy. The very issue of justice, I'm convinced, requires that people have more than a right to say something. They also have a right to sit at the table and to be heard. That's what the union movement has done. It is not radical. It is not communist. It's as American as anything can be. It builds our system of justice. It abhors dictatorship. I've often said wherever you find a free union movement, you know you're living in a democracy. That's what the Solidarity Union teaches us. Above all, it seems to me, the central thrust of the union movement has been to make it possible for people who work for a living in America to be a part of the middle class. Nothing fancy, but to be in a position to own a home, to raise a family with the same opportunities as others, to have a vacation, to have a safe job, and to have a good life. That makes you very important, and that's why I cherish every moment of those years we spent together building a better country. God bless you, and have a great convention.
I want to congratulate Minnesota Labor for the 100 years of courageous leadership, both for the rights of working men and women and for those unorganized, those in the workplace who have no one else to speak for them. AFL-CIO has always been the voice for the disenfranchised and for the less fortunate among us. And as you enter your second century, I just want to recall the words of my own father, who had union card number 1 for the United Steelworkers of America, and said it was your union contract that guaranteed the rights of working men and women. But you can lose those rights and lose that contract in the legislative halls of the Congress and state legislatures. Labor's voice is still strong in the state capitol and in Washington. Let's keep it strong, keep labor in the forefront of social causes and benefits for its own working people as we enter the second century.
Congratulations to the Minnesota AFL-CIO on your centennial celebration. In Minnesota, we have a tradition of caring for our neighbors and working hard for the good of everyone. It's a spirit that I carried with me across the polar regions, and it's the same independent pioneer spirit that helps motivate men and women in our state. 100 years ago, it took courage and vision to organize a statewide labor federation. And I know you are still working hard to guarantee a better future for the next generation. Thanks for what you have accomplished, and good luck in the next 100 years.
The two things I would like to talk about and congratulate labor for is the field of civil and human rights, the role that labor has played in this country on civil and human rights, and also the rights of women. I have worked in the civil rights field for 65 years, and there would not be the rights that we know today, and particularly in the case, the Supreme Court decision on Brown versus the Board of Education, because many labor lawyers played a great role in that. Secondly is the equal pay for women. And I was vice president of the hotel and restaurant workers in Minneapolis when we negotiated one of the first contracts in the country for equal pay for women. I have to congratulate labor on their 100th year, their centennial, for all of these great things. So just think of where we would be today if it weren't for labor. Thank you.
I'm pleased to extend my centennial greeting to the Minnesota AFL-CIO and all my friends in the labor movement. Many of you are aware that I grew up with firsthand knowledge about what the union contract means to working men and women and their families. Wages, pensions, sick leave, vacations, health plans, and all the rest. Sadly, much of the public has never learned the real story of the debt society owes to the struggles of working people and their unions. With this in mind, at the 1984 Minnesota AFL-CIO Convention, I presented a vision of a labor history center designed to tell the public about the greatest story never told, a unique facility located next door to the Minnesota Historical Society. I hope that this common dream becomes a reality. Again, congratulations on your first 100 years of achievement. I know the second 100 years will be as successful.